Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to present the tips and tricks for your first MLPIMG interview, which we call the screening interview. Number one thing which I feel about getting into the interview, there is a lot of things you have to learn and you have to know before you jump into the interview, right? So I'm going to give you some of the highlights, and you feel free to pause the video and check out all the bullet points, but I will try my best to cover all of them in a very short time. Number one thing is prepare yourself. Yes, you have to prepare it, but keep your answers looks naturally. Don't over rehearse it, because if you will over rehearse it, it will feels like you are being robot answering questions. Number two, you wanna practice. How do you do it? Consider your laptop or your phone, record your camera, and see how you're doing and spot that mistakes and improve it. Like some people take a big pause, some people say I'm thinking, kind of a thing. You have to avoid doing it. Reflect your own journey and struggle. I know there is a multiple questions will come, and there are the ways you have to tell about your journey, about your struggles. But I would say before going in an interview, reflect on yourself and see what is unique to you, what is very special and outstanding from all the other candidates to you. Having examples ready, this is very important. You should be having multiple real life examples ready and handy, so that you can incorporate into the questions related to it, and make sure your all examples are aligning with the CanMed roles, like scholar, like leadership, like team member, like communication, anything. Your example should always reflect, even though you are not talking about uh, the example related to a communication, which is one of your strength, but you can still show that okay, you are a good communicator because you did this, and in that example you can show how good your team member are because your communications with your colleague is very efficient. So that can gives you an very good weightage of putting your CanMed roles into that interview. Is nervousness, yes, for sure. You have to control it, you have to stay calm, you have to take some deep breaths to keep your blood circulation going and control on your nerves. That will really help you to nail the interview. Adding a reminder to the test Zoom link, this is very important, because sometimes if you are not familiar how your Zoom looks like, or you are using some new devices, you don't know how to mute it, how to unmute it, what are the camera settings. That's very important. I know everybody uses Zoom link now at nowadays, but at least familiarize yourself, because that's a big day for you. You don't want any kind of technical mistakes, right? Suggest yourself to have some water with you, because sometimes if they are asking questions and you have been talking and you feel dry, it's better to have a sip of water, or it may help you to take a pause and you can be thinking along. That could be one of the things. Technical issues is happening all the time. Make sure you disconnect your internet device from all the unnecessary devices on that day. I would say if your family is having 5 members and they all have like 7 to 10, ask them to shut it off and go outside the house until you complete your interview. That's the best way, because your internet will only be connected to your laptop where you are going to do your Zoom meeting. Number two, restart your laptop. Don't have a junk of tabs open and all the things are going at the back, and you are having software installation and other stuff going on. Just restart it before your interview, and restart your internet connections if you know that you want to keep it doing it. Okay. Now the best tip which I feel is keep your phone on silent, no vibration, no sound, upside down. Keep it beside your laptop. The reason is in any case your laptops get stuck, your internet gets stuck, you would have a chance to use your cellular data and your phone to continue your interview, rather than you keep waiting to go from there to there. Okay, this is a very best case scenario. You can do it in a worse situation, but not all the time is happening, but you have to ready for that. Okay. Second thing, what to do during the interview. In this video, I'm not going to discuss what kind of questions you might have to expect, what are the things you need to understand, what are the things you have to prepare, which I'll be doing shortly a new video in which I will be sharing about the questions. But at this point of time, I'm going to tell you the tips what to do. Having a big smile when you join the meeting. Before you join the meeting, just keep a big smile on your face, and that will show your enthusiasm, your excitement. Ensure a good lighting is very important. If you are even in the middle of the day, you have an interview, but nowadays it's getting winter and there's no sunlight, Keep the lamps, keep something which is near to you that can give you light. Wear professional attires and keep your photo ID ready. Your driver license is the best one, or you have a PR card, you can also use that, whatever is available, because they will ask you to show it near to your camera. Okay, mention maintaining good posture. I know sometimes we are keeping in a posture and then we start answering questions and our posture go down. No, keep your back straight. And at the background of your wall, it should be clean and professional. You can put something natural, you can put something unique to you. You don't want to put it, that's still fine, but it should be black and should be, oh sorry, not a black, it should be clean and professional. You don't are feeling like there is a bed over there and there is a something which is kind of something going around at your back, or your pet is going around. That's not a good thing. Add a tip to adjust your camera angle. I think this is a very important thing. I'd say, I don't know, everybody has their own way of camera, but I'd say having a tip of what the angle looks like, because your face should be in the center of the screen. Even though they have a very small space where you'll be talking, but still your face should be at the center. That would be very good. So I'd say this is one of the things you can add as a tip. Okay, clearly listening to the questions is important, because sometimes they ask two questions at the same time and you have to answer it. You can use pen and paper if you want to, keep it aside in case. Pausing for 5 seconds before answering is if you need to. What I mean by that, before saying that, for this question, I think, no, don't say, just to start. I would say my strength is this. Let's say my XYZ is this. So that's a good thing. You can pause it, but don't start with stuff. Okay, that's why I would say drinking water for 5 seconds and taking a sip is very fine. Maintaining your smile throughout, it's very, very important. You have to show yourself how excited and how lovely you are a person. So keeping your camera, making a sticker or smiley face or something near to your camera will always remind you. At the end, you can ask a very thoughtful question, but for first interview, don't ask anything about return of service, because most of the time panelist doesn't know about return of service, and they even don't know which which region you are going to be, right? So that's why just ask something training related, something other stuff, whatever it feels good to you. Finishing your interview is the best thing. You have to just don't say thank you and shut off, because the meeting will be disconnected by someone else. You can wave your, say goodbye, thank you, and whatever feels good to you, but just keep them reminding that you are a very good, a very nice, very interactive person, very a lovely person to stay in community for 4 years, 5 years. treat your Treat this interview as a professional, but yet it is still a conversational discussion. Don't feel like question answer, back and forth. They might jump and ask you something very personal to you, and that will give you an hint. Okay, they are very much interested in you, they want to know more about you. That's a very good thing. So keep yourself on a conversation level. Just don't just try to panic in a situation. Oh, it's the interview and you have to be very top notch on everything. It's still a conversation. At some point of time when you finish the interview, you will feel that way. What are the tips I would say after interview? Give yourself credit. Yes, you did the great job, that's good. Relax, avoid overthinking. That's very important. The reason I would say is, for few people say, oh, I didn't do well, what should I do? You cannot do anything, you cannot change anything. Whatever is done, it's done. Just relax, reflect on your performance. I personally would say that in my interview, I did write down all the questions, because I never knew that this time is my time or next year will be mine. So it will help me. So I write down all the things for myself to make sure that in case I don't get selected, I can still prepare for myself next year and I have everything handy. So how did you feel? What are the things went well? What are the things you can improve for the future? Even you are going for a comms interview later on, that will also help you to check for that. And one last tip which I haven't added here is, you can send a thank you email to the panelist. It doesn't mean that you have to send it to all the panelists. You don't need to know the name, that's okay. Just send the person who sent you the link and tell them, well, in a way, in one line about you and what you felt about the interview, why you are excited about the program. So they always share it with the panelists, and it will help them to choose, because you reminded them one more time that who as a person you are. So this is all about screening interview question tips. I'm going to share one more video sooner. I'll try my best to make it sooner so that you will know what to expect in terms of questions. Definitely sharing questions is not one of my motive, because that's confidential, but it's kind of a traditional interview. If you look on the other resources available, it will give you a very pretty much good hint what it looks like as in first interview. Thank you so much and have a great day. Good luck everyone.